Peace family, Conjure Queen here, and today is Thursday, April 25th, 2019, and we are continuing on with our daily tarot. So let's flip over these cards and see what the Divine Spirit has to say to us today. So we're going to start with the Egyptian Book of Doors. Oh Lord, Set popping up again. What is going on, Set? Okay, and we have the Mother Peace deck, Three of Swords. Uh-oh, you guys. Yikes. And we're going to flip over the Legacy deck, which is the Two of Cups, which is actually a hopeful card. So let's see. We're going to break down each card and we're going to pull everything together. So first we're going to start with the middle, the Mother Peace deck. Now, as you can see, this is the Three of Swords. Now, these are three women that are literally like at each other's throat, like about to cut each other's throat. And I feel like they are not playing right now. Like, it's life or death. So I feel like this card right here represents strife, disharmony, arguments, fighting, disagreements, war. Like, there's nothing peaceful that's going on in this card. They're not even trying to talk about it. They're just like, look, swing first, ask questions later. Right? And so I feel like the energy that's back behind this is set, right? Because what I'm seeing here is like past, present, and possible future, but this is almost hard to reach. Harmony with the Two of Cups is hard to reach if we can't even get past talking it out, right? We're not even trying to talk here. So let's just back up a little bit and understand, why is this happening? Why are we in disagreement right now? You know, like, have you been in disagreement with a lot of people that live with you, that are around you, whether it's family, friends, lovers, like even with yourself, right? Sometimes Set represents the ego, right? Set is ego, Set is disharmony, Set represents like those lower natures, like dealing with anger and jealousy and lust and pride and all of those things that actually lead to disharmony of the Three of Swords. Now, Set is basically coming forward to tempt you. Set feeds off of negativity. Set feeds off of disharmony. So one thing that the Guardian Spirit is saying, sometimes it's our own inner demons that prevent us from having harmonious relationships. So if you've been asking yourself, why do I keep attracting negative people? Why do I keep attracting narcissistic relationships, abusive boyfriends, narcissistic girlfriends? What is going on with my life? Why can't I find any type of peace or harmony? And why do I feel like nobody understands me? Sometimes we have to realize that in life, everybody has demons that we all have to work through. Right? What happens is, if you don't work through your own inner demons, if you don't put a cap on your own ego, right, your own pride, this could be the main root of the issues in your life, in your relationships. This could be the possible reason why you can't find harmony in people that you talk to, or any type of agreement or mutual understanding with those around you, because your ego and your pride is too big to allow you to understand and find compassion and understanding and empathy. Right? So sometimes we got to realize that these demons or these negative forces that probably been attached to us for so long, right? Because we all have our little habits, bad habits or whatever, that's not easy to shake. It's a conscious thing. Sometimes Set creeps up on us where we think that we've done all the healing work and we think that it's over and done with, but then situations arise up to teach us that we haven't fully healed, or we haven't fully gotten over that trauma. Some things can be triggered from childhood stuff. Maybe there's abandonment issues, right? Maybe there's a sense of a lack of love that you was given as a child. So sometimes you can have this sense of a superiority or inferiority complex, and that can actually trigger a lot of things in your relationships, right? Whether it's work relationships, intimate relationships, family relationships, friendships, and things of that nature. But one thing that we have to do in order for us to get to here, right? We want peace. We want the Two of Cups. We want understanding. We want that love. As you can see, the Two of Cups basically represents a possible outcome. If we could overcome pride and ego and those negative forces, those negative spirits and negative entities that are attached to us, then we could actually get to the Two of Cups. Now, as you can see, the symbol of Venus is in the background. And we are in the sign of Taurus right now, which is very interesting because Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus. So we see also the crab at the bottom representing Cancer, love, compassion, right? The heart. And we see two people here facing each other, embracing each other, ready to kiss. So I feel like this is the Two of Cups basically saying that if you want peace in your life, you have to find peace within yourself. Peace starts within. If you want to have harmonious relationships, you have to have a harmonious relationship with yourself. If you are fighting yourself and at your throat every 5 seconds and you're always hostile, then it's going to be hard for you to find that peace within you, right? Sometimes we could be a little bit bitter or angry or hostile because maybe we've been hurt before, maybe we've been betrayed before. So it's hard for us to open up and trust. It's hard for us to be face to face and intimate like this. You get me? So if you really want love and you want harmony and you want better relationships in your life, then you have to deal with this. This is the root cause of all your issues. This is the reason why you're having some blockages in your relationships. You have to eradicate ego and the demons and the dark forces in your life that are so attached to you. They don't want to let go. Remember, they've been attached to you for some time. So when it's time for you to say, look, all right, evil, you got to back off. Like, I don't want nothing to do with you. They're going to fight you like tooth and nail, and they're going to do whatever it takes to keep being attached to you. So it's going to take some effort, depending on how long you've been dealing with these negative entities, these dark forces, these negative influences in your life, in order for you to get rid of the disharmony and arguments and hostility and start to find peace in your life. You feel me, family? So we're going to also pull a scripture from the Bible, and the random scripture that we picked today was from what is this? Mark chapter 5 verses 11 through 13, and I'm gonna let you read it with me. So basically it says, now a great herd of swine was feeding there on the hillside, and they begged him, send us to the swine, let us enter them. So he gave them leave, and the unclean spirits came out and entered the swine. Wow. And the herd, numbering about 2,000, rushed down the steep bank into the sea and were drowned in the sea. Now, what I take from that passage right there, and I feel like that is synchronicity, family, is saying that if sometimes we have to cast out the demons in order for us to evolve and to be in a place that we need to be. Remember, energy is not created nor destroyed, it is only transferred. The demons were actually being cast into the swine and then drowned, so that energy was transferred from one body into another. Now, what that's basically saying, and it's really interesting because Set actually does represent swine, which is why sometimes the ancient Kemites didn't like eating swine, which is really interesting. That's where they got it from the Bible. I digress. But basically what's being said here is that we have to learn how to transfer these negative energies into something positive. How can we do that? By doing the opposite. Right? So let's say if we have a lot of hate in our heart, how can we cure hate? How can we mediate that? With love, right? If there's a lot of negativity around us, if we have a lot of negative thoughts about ourselves, about our environment, about our partner, then how can we shift that? How can we try to find some type of middle ground? Well, by finding understanding, right? By trying to find compassion, by trying to find love, right? We can't hate. In order to balance hate, you have to mediate it with love, right? Heatness with coolness, right? Disarray with harmony. So this is what the Spirit is saying basically at this time. If you want to eradicate ego, you got to find balance and understanding instead of trying to be so hostile to destroy others, right? You got to find love and balance with yourself, understanding yourself, getting a better understanding of your language. Because communication could be anything, but it's not just any communication. As Venus is in the back saying you have to communicate more lovingly, more understandably, more kindly, more compassionately. And I feel like because if you're working on yourself and being more compassionate with you, you're also going to attract more compassionate, understanding people who are also empathic to your situations. Ashe? So, with that being said, family, let's try to work on our own inner demons instead of pointing the fingers at others and always blaming them, because most of the time it's us that could be the reason why we're having disharmony in our lives. And if we want to find peace in our lives, we have to find peace within first. Ashe? As within, so without. As above, so below. So that is a daily message for today. I hope that this message has touched you in some way. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified when we have new videos coming every day. Also, share this with a friend and drop your comments down in the comment section and let us know what you think. Until next time, Conjure Queen signing out. Peace.